Hello, Seiiti Arata. The artificial intelligence apocalypse has already begun. I'm saying this because there are companies already closing because they were not able to adapt. Now, what's going to happen to you, to your company? The easiest way for you to adapt is to start right now to collect information about your business and use it as training material for your artificial intelligence model. And I'm going to be showing you exactly how to do this. So let's take a look at one example, which is the Netflix example. They didn't beat Blockbuster just because of a software technology. No, the big advantage was the use of information, transforming every movie that was watched into useful information, into data that improves the recommendations for users. We're going to be putting all of this into practice today, but for now, what I would like you is to understand the following. The difference between survivals and victims is very simple. The ones who survive are the ones who are able to create systems that improve themselves. Systems that become increasingly intelligent in an automatic way, inevitable way. And who's going to lose in the artificial intelligence apocalypse? Who are the victims? The ones that only use technology to just automate old processes, because that's not enough. Let's take a look at the case of Tesla. Tesla is not just a electric car manufacturer. It's much deeper than that. Every Tesla that is driving on the street right now is working as a giant sensor, collecting information about how drivers behave in different situations. And this data, this information, will train the autonomous driving system of all Tesla cars. And what is the result of this? Tesla today has data from billions of kilometers driven. Billions. There is no other competitor that can replicate this. So this works through what we call the virtuous data cycle. It works like this. There's a better product, attracting more users, and more users generate more data. And the more data will create a product that is even better. Each day that passes, that advantage grows exponentially. Now, how can you implement this into your company? I'm going to be giving you 3 practical steps. What you're going to be doing is to collect training data. You will start a pilot program, and you will differentiate yourself from your competitors with useful information. I've been doing individual mentoring with entrepreneurs. I know this is exactly what will make the difference in your business. So let's go with item number 1. Transform every interaction into training data. Let's take a deeper look into Netflix, how they do this in practice. Netflix collects data from every action that you take when you're watching something. If you hit play on a particular movie, that's noted. If you pause in the middle of a movie, it's noted. You go back and watch one scene, a new moment that you want to watch it again, it is also noted. Every action that you do becomes data that improves recommendations for you and for millions of users who have a similar profile to you. This is how Netflix can suggest movies that you didn't even know that you wanted to watch. The system understands that the system knows your tastes much better than you do yourself. You get it? So, how can you apply that into practice? Let's suppose you have an online store. Instead of just monitoring sales, which is what everybody does, you can collect much more information. You can see which products did the consumer take a look at. How long did they stay on each page? Which filters are they using when they make searches? What order do they use to navigate throughout the pages? How long does it take until they abandon the shopping cart? All that data is feeding a system that learns about the behavior of your customers and their patterns. And after a few months, you can predict which products each person is more likely to buy. And you can recommend the right thing at the right time. There's a company that implemented this, and they started very simple. They created a system that suggested related products. Well, the result was 15% increase in sales in the first month. After 6 months, collecting all that browsing data, sales of recommended products was already 40% of the total revenue of the company. You should start a pilot project of maximum 6 months. This is something very important. Pilot projects. It's a pilot project because it doesn't have to be perfect. The goal here is just to prove that AI works in your company, in your organization, in a maximum period of 6 months. After that, you can scale that, make it better for the entire company. Google Brain did this. They chose voice recognition as their first internal project. And why did they do that? Why that choice? Because it was technically feasible. It would impress other teams, showing it actually works. And this is what happened in the real life when they were managing to make computers understand human speech. All the other Google departments wanted to be part of AI initiatives as well. So how can you choose your pilot project, your first project? I will suggest you choose 3 criteria. Number 1, it has to be technically simple to implement. Number 2, results have to be easy to measure, so you know what's going on. And 3, it will impress other departments of your company. Let me give you an example, what usually works well. You can have a system that automatically directs the customer emails to the right department. This is pretty simple. Yeah, just think with me. Your company is receiving, depending on the size of the company, hundreds of emails every day. There are customers asking you questions, complaints, making requests. So today you probably have a team of people reading each email and deciding what to do with that. And this takes hours. And of course, it also generates errors. An AI system can solve this in seconds. It will read the email, the text, the message, and it will automatically classify this one is for sales, this one is for technical support, this is a complaint, and it will already attribute that message to the right person. Very simple, right? How can you implement this? This is much simpler than it seems. You just need to take from your database 1,000 old emails that have already been manually classified by your system. You train your data, you feed your system with these examples so it learns the language patterns of each type of email that you have. You have so much emails from your previous operations and you will adjust, you get it right most of the time. So your system is already working. The result of this, your emails that in the past you were taking one entire day to be replied, now you can just answer in a few hours. It will help you to focus on your real problems instead of wasting time classifying emails, and other departments will see the improvement and they also want to have AI as well. You have to collect data that no other computer has. That's the idea. This is basically the third step. This is crucial. Every point of contact that you have with your customers, it should generate information that will improve your systems. So I'm here talking about your website, your app, your customer service, sales, support. For each one of these points of contact, you have to ask yourself, what data can I collect here that will improve my chances to predict what will be the next things that my customers need? So if your answer is like none, you will have to redesign your interaction. You have to transform every conversation that you have as an opportunity so you can learn something about your customers, their behavior, their needs, their preferences. And take a look at what Uber did. They transformed every ride into data about traffic patterns, demand by location, behavior of the users, and this data allowed them to do dynamic pricing, optimize routes in real time, expand to new markets with basically scientific precision. Uber's competitors are not able to replicate that data advantage that has been accumulated over many years. Uber is not like a transportation app. It's an information app, right? It's an urban intelligence machine. Every day that you delay implementing your virtuous data cycle. Your competitors are gaining advantage over you that you later will not be possible to recover. That's why I'm inviting you, go to the mentoring, arata.se/mentoring 0925, and then we can implement the system for you. The survivors of the AI apocalypse are not the companies with the biggest technology budgets. They are those that are implementing systematic transformation right now. And your company will either become extinct or it will evolve. There's a artificial intelligence apocalypse. There is no middle ground.